Hello there. All right, guys, today we're going over the Qore ice flask, some of the different ways that I found to be able to hook this up to my gear, and especially being able to really get those benefits from when these bad boys here are frozen, pressed up against your body to help kind of keep that body temperature down. So stick around. All right, so if you guys have not seen the Qore Performance Ice Flask, this right here is pretty much a $17 canteen that is shaped like a radio. It's definitely oversimplifying it, but I mean, it's what it is. So the biggest benefit to these ones right here is that you stick them in the freezer, you then place them in a pouch, one that's pressed up against your body, and the cooling that you get from these, especially if you're wearing two of them, was pretty outstanding. Okay, we were flying around and on the ground in 90+ degree weather, 100% humidity practically, and these ones right here really saved my butt there. So great product. However, if you guys have seen the pouches that Qore Performance sells, I want to say there's a pouch for $40, and then there is the wing, which is about $50. So a little expensive to kind of buy the whole set, but also if you guys have pouches already that either issue to you, you guys have gone out and purchased yourself, for the most part they'll probably work. This right here is from SOE Gear. I've had this since probably 2012. Fits into the Inviters, 152s, 163s, no problem. And of course, it's going to fit this right here. So the only thing about these right here, so if this right here is actually attached to my plate carrier, it's going to be on the outside of my cummerbund. So the one thing I'm not really getting is going to be that cooling factor. And like I said, I think that's kind of one of the biggest benefits of this particular canteen ice flask. So what I had done was I had gone out and I had purchased these. One, because they're extremely cheap, you get two of them, but these here are from Faro Concepts. These are just their radio wings. And when you first get it, it's a little tight, but it does fit. All right, so I'm gonna pull up my plate carrier and show you how I have this right here hooked up on there. That way, once again, I'm getting that cooling benefit. So you guys can see here, I have the radio wing. It is underneath the placard, and of course my cummerbund is wrapped over the top of it, meaning this here is pressed up against my body, so I am getting that cooling benefit from it. So I have found this right here to be an outstanding way to attach it to your plate carrier. Understand also because I want to say the radio wing has got that Velcro on it, you can adjust the height that's on it. So for me, this right here works out. It is not getting in the way of me shouldering my M4, but something that if you maybe have a shorter torso, you can adjust these a little bit. I will say that up here, up front, this is from Qore. This is the 152 water bottle pouch. So just like all the other things, it does fit that right there. So once again, as you guys can see though, if it is out here, it's you're not going to get those cooling benefits from it. Sure, you'll still have cool water once it eventually melts, but I think that kind of the saving grace of this thing right here, really its biggest benefit is the fact that you do get that cooling from it. So that's right there is how I have it set up on a plate carrier. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up two different chest rigs and show you guys how you guys can make it work with at least these two anyway. So for chest rig use, if you have any chest rig that has a radio pouch that's built into the rear of it, so it'll probably end up fitting out. Two that I know do in fact work. So once again, so if you guys saw my previous video, this is the Spirited Systems Thing 2, and of course the ice flask does fit in those. And then I also have the this is an ultra lightweight version of the WCSIG from L4 Performance, and kind of funny. So Red Bear Tactical not only helped out with the design of this chest rig, but also with the ice flask, and this right here also fits perfectly in there. Another benefit to this right here, especially with that X-Pack material, it is extremely thin. The radio does stick out a little bit on the bottom. Of course, it is being held in place. But so I did notice that I do get a lot of, once again, that cooling benefit, that cooling factor with this one, right here. Maybe a little bit more so than the Spiritus one. I think it's just this material is probably just a little too thick for that. So I'm going to end up cutting out a little square on the back of this just to kind of get that benefit there. So it said. So for me at least, these are two things that I had. Really said if you guys go ahead and you guys purchase an ice flask or two, said before you guys go out and start buying all the extra stuff for it, just see what you already have in your inventory that kind of works. Said if you guys are looking at squadron funding and stuff, and they got the money for it, yeah, just purchase everything directly from Qore with their pouches, their wings. So they are purposely built for it. This area is just kind of a cheaper option for some of you guys who don't have the money as youngies to go out and start dropping money on something as simple as a canteen. So I hope this helps. You guys got any questions? Hit me up. Here for y'all. Later.